Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Thank you so much for joining. Please excuse my voice. I do not know what's going on with my voice lately. It's just kind of scratchy and kind of like I'm losing my voice. Hopefully not. Hopefully I'm not losing my voice, but that's what's happening right now. But in today's video, I'm sure you know from the title, I'm just going to be doing a Q&A. I got these questions from, some of them were on my YouTube channel, just like in the comments, and then some of them were from my Instagram, and I'll put my Instagram link down below, and I'll do a little pop-up on the screen. But if you don't know who I am, my name is Naomi. I'm 17, and I've been starting this YouTube channel, I don't know, a few months ago. I think I started in January, but I wasn't super consistent. But lately I've been trying really hard to be consistent because I truly love YouTube and everything about it, especially if it's a positive place with good vibes and just having a good time. And hopefully my heart is just to hopefully encourage you guys and just be that type of person who you feel like is like your sister or like your best friend. And I just love those YouTubers who are just so open and so real, and that's pretty much my goal, is just to be there for you guys, answer your questions, do some fun vlogs and lifestyle videos. So yeah, I guess we'll just get into it. So Aesthetic Sid says, what grade are you in? So I'm in 12th grade. I know that might be surprising because I feel like I don't look like a 12th grader. But I am in 12th grade. I didn't like skip a grade or anything. I am 17, but I'm turning 18 in January. But yeah, I guess that answers that question. Reese L says, what time is it? So it is 12:29 p.m. Madeline Grace 22, that is my awesome friend. She said, what is God teaching you? Well, first she said, let's see, what's God teaching you? That's a hard question to kind of like think about on the spot. I think what God's teaching me right now is, if you guys don't know, I actually recently just moved to Arizona, so to a whole different state, and that is definitely a big step. I've moved with my parents and my brother. It wasn't something that I ever thought we would do. I didn't ever think I would leave San Diego. That's where I currently was from. And I just feel like God is teaching me that everything happens for a reason, and He has me, and everything is going to work itself out. It's definitely hard to move to a different state, especially when you're in your senior year. Thankfully, I'm not doing public school in a sense, because then I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going smack into the middle of public school in a new state and all that. So I feel like it's a tad bit easier since I'm doing online school. I'm just used to that type of daily duties, I guess. I'm just excited to see like where He's leading me and this my whole family and what He has in store for us, because I know that we moved here for a reason. My dad got a job here, so that's the main reason why we moved. But overall, I'm really liking it here. It's really cool. The community is amazing. I just gotta get myself out more often. I have been out of my comfort zone a lot lately though, so gotta pat myself on the back for that. But I definitely want to just grow more and meet new people and just hopefully just grow into myself. I'm almost 18, so gotta, you know, branch out and stuff. And if you have recently moved or you are moving, I just want to encourage you that everything is going to be all right. Everything is going to work itself out. Even if you are nervous or you're starting a new school, just take one day at a time. I definitely know how it feels to start in a different school in the middle of the semester, or even just going to a new school in general for public school. But you know, everything happens for a reason. You are going to meet these amazing people. Just try your best to get out of your comfort zone is the main thing. I read this quote. It was like, don't hide away from fear, chase it. Because whatever you're really fearful about or nervous about is probably most likely where maybe you should go for. So that's definitely a hard thing to grasp, but especially for me, because it's really hard for me to get out of my comfort zone. But you got this, girl, you got this. So William17 said, how did you come up with your book idea? So if you guys don't know, I recently published a book on Amazon. It's kind of weird for me to like say that out loud. I don't really, my dad's always like, when I meet new people, he's like, yeah, she wrote a book. I'm like, yeah, like I don't really like go up to people and like share this as like, oh my gosh, I wrote a book. So it's kind of weird for me to say it, and it's an interesting story. But his question was, how did you come up with your book? So my book is a fantasy novel. It's called Lizzie Abner and the Mark of Scales, and it's on Amazon. But honestly, I didn't plan on writing a book. Like, it wasn't like, I've always wanted to write a book. I was 16 and turned 17 when I published it. And I didn't like say, oh, I'm gonna write a book this month. It didn't happen like that. I was actually looking for some scholarships for college. I did find the scholarship randomly, like searching on the internet, and I pretty much found this thing, and it said write a fantasy novel, a short story really, that's 17,000 words max. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like, my favorite genre is fantasy. I love reading fantasy, and at that time I was reading a ton of books, probably like 5 novels in 2 weeks, most likely, over and over again. So my brain was very in tune to reading, which would come into your writing. So I just started writing. I made a little tiny rough draft, what I wanted my main character to be, Lizzie Abner. And I kind of just rolled with that, and I had one other character that came with her, which was her grandma-in-law. And they lived in a small town of Georgia and all this type of stuff. And I just started writing, and honestly for me in the beginning I didn't have a big outline. I just started writing and things just started to flow, and by that time I finished at a cliffhanger my 7th chapter of my book, and I finished right at the end, literally 17,000 words exactly. And I was like, what in the world? Like, there's so much more to this story. Like, I'm excited, I want to write more. So then it led me to start to write on Wattpad, which is an amazing, amazing, amazing platform. I just talked about that in my What's on My iPhone video and my What's on My iPad video, I believe. So I go in more detail on that if you want to check that out. And I also did a video on how to get more reads on Wattpad, which definitely goes into more detail too, and how to self-publish your book. So anyway, that's pretty much how it started. This is another question from Aesthetic Sid. So she has an account for like the fandom for Sydney Serena. So I follow her, she follows me, she's super sweet. But she said, what inspired you to make a YouTube channel? And also, I love your channel. Aw, thank you, girl. So what inspired me was mainly, like I said in the beginning of my video, I just really wanted to have a platform that I could be creative. I am definitely like a creative person, like multi-passionate. I don't have like one main passion. I've just known about myself that it's just all over the board of things that I'm passionate about or would be interested in doing. So mainly I was just really passionate about, hey, like, could I start making videos? Like, how fun would that be to create these videos that hopefully are positive and bring a good light on social media, YouTube, and just hopefully be a good influence on here for young girls. So the 2 people that I really got inspired was Sydney Serena. Always, I think she was like I normally like didn't watch YouTube. Like, I just started watching YouTube maybe when I was like 16. So at that time I was watching tons of her videos, and then I recently found Jacqueline Brooke, and those 2 are my favorite. I look up to them so much. I just love them so much. Just the way they hold themselves and the way they just their channel and the videos that they put out and all that stuff. Jacqueline Brooke, she's a Christian YouTuber, and she just has these great videos about fashion, faith, and lifestyle, and just bringing you kind of into her life and into her family. Like, it's just so cool. So I would definitely recommend checking them out. I'll put their links down below. They're so awesome. So another question is, what is your favorite Christian artist? My favorite Christian artists, I have a few. So I love, for King of Country, Riley Clemens. I literally just found this person on Spotify. Her name's Caitie Hurst, I believe. But this album she has is so amazing. I did show some of her songs on my Spotify Christian playlist. If you guys were curious, like, some of my favorite songs is on there. You definitely check that out. But oh my gosh, I love her. I love NF. And there's probably a few that I'm missing, but that's pretty much the gist of it. I've been really getting into elevation worship. So that's been really good. I really like their albums. Someone asked on my YouTube, like on the comments, they asked, what's your favorite like song at the moment? So, oh my goodness. I think I mentioned this on my Instagram story. This song is freaking awesome. Gets me so pumped up, and it's just so cool. Have you guys watched the show Songland? That's where the song came from. But this one, I'm gonna share it because it's so good, guys. Give it to me. Be different.
nice, be nice, be nice. The love you give is the love you get, so be nice and drink your life.
So I have one last question. It's actually the comment on my, let's see, which video? On my how to self-publish your novel on Amazon. But she pretty much said she's writing a book, but she's worried about the length, and she's wondering if like people do hundreds of thousands of words, or is it okay if like her first book can be less than that? And she also said, how can people buy your book other than friends and family? Is there a way to market your book? And for me to explain more about the publishing company that I went through in the process. So that's definitely a lot of questions. I'll try to keep this short. So as for the length of the book, I wouldn't worry too much about it. When I started writing, I definitely didn't like have a set like goal to it. I did read that like the normal, I think, teen book is like 50,000 words, I believe. And then I can get way higher than that, like 100,000. So pretty much I would say just write as much as you feel comfortable and just go through the story and going up from, you know, the beginning to the plot all the way down to the finish. And just see where it lands. Maybe you could add in between any of the gaps of your story. But my book was 73,000 words by the end of finishing it. So that's about 294 pages on Amazon. So marketing your book, of course, if you think anything, marketing is costing money. So as of right now, I don't really have any funds to be able to put out ads or anything. But there are tons of resources that could be free. That's a very time-consuming process. But for ads, I would say there's Instagram ads, there's Facebook ads. That's how most people market their book. There's also a thing called marketing funnels that you could search and you could figure out if that's what you want to do, but of course it costs money. There's also tons of resources that are essentially kind of like a library of books where maybe authors pay to get their book like advertised. You might have heard of BookBub, that's what I use, and it's free to use, and you get emailed if there's free books. I do a promotion every month or two for my ebook to be free, so more people can read the book, which is just my goal, my heart, is hopefully they would like the book and enjoy it and have a nice free book to read every once in a while. But things like BookBub, they're definitely really good resources. Out of the money I would do it, but it is really expensive if you self-publish. You would pay money, you would promote your book for free, or you could promote your book for half off or whatever it may be. And if you find these, you know, book agencies like BookBub and other things like that, you pay for them to get your book on the list, so people would get emails of free books or books on sale or in general, and your book would be on the list. So if people are scrolling through email, they're looking at the books, oh, this book looks interesting, click, it's free, then you are getting more advertising. Even though it is free, you're getting more advertising and hopefully it will lead to a review. So that's one way to do it. You pretty much can grow organically, which would be a time-consuming thing, but it's definitely worth it if you're really motivated, or of course ads. So some organic like type of, you know, advertising would be maybe bringing your book to libraries. If you have like kind of a contract with libraries, say, hey, like, can I come? Can I like share my books with people who come, have like a little booth, something like that. Or there's tons of resources where, and I did go way into detail on how to self-publish your novel on Amazon and all the websites you could ever possibly use for all of these instances. But there is this website, on hand I don't remember exactly what it's called, but it's pretty much book bloggers who love to read books. Some of them cost maybe $25 to review your book. Some of them are free, but what you'd have to do is pay money to get your book and then essentially send them the book, and they would write a review for you on Amazon or on Goodreads. The reviews are really huge for Amazon. The more reviews you have, especially the better reviews you have, like 4 or 5 stars, the more reviews you have, the more your book will come up for people to see when they first search fantasy novel. But when you search fantasy novel on Amazon, mine is like page 63. You get what I'm saying? So it's just really hard, but it's definitely worth it. Like if you just have a passion for it, like I'm not really doing it for money. I was doing it because I thought, you know, it would be really cool to get my book published, and my followers on Wattpad really encouraged me to do that, so that's what I did. So I guess that's all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and got to know me a little bit, and hopefully some of the more informative questions kind of helped you a bit if you're looking for, you know, publishing a novel or anything like that. Definitely give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and of course subscribe if you want to join the family. I'm hoping to do way more videos, and I have like a ginormous list. I'm just gonna like do it real quick. Like, I don't know if you could see it, but I have a huge list of videos coming up. I'm super excited, especially for fall coming up. I have some few themed videos for that. But yeah, definitely comment down below if you have any video ideas for me, like videos you would like to see. But yeah, I hope you guys like this video, and I hope you guys have an amazing day. I gotta do some chores after this, so you know, that's just been real. Gotta do some chores, gotta vacuum. It is Friday, so I do have school, but I did a fit this morning and it's only 12, so I still have a good amount of time. But yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!